Have you ever realized your whole life revolves around helping others? And when someone asks you what you want for Christmas, you honestly don't have an answer. In this episode, we're fixing that. Okay, by the end of this episode, here's three things you're going to know. Number one, the research-backed truth about your identity compression and why your nervous system treats relaxing as a threat during the holidays. And number two, how to use a 60-second chakra activity to reopen your solar plexus and sacral centers so you stop leaking energy to your family. And number three, the exact step purpose reclamation plan to help you walk into the new year building a life, not just a job description. And that's a three-step plan, that reclamation plan. Okay, so as I always like to, let's dive into the research and the problem. So, my friends, we're going to start with the science because I know my audience and you are smart, high-achieving women and you want to know why you feel this way. There is a concept in burnout research, and it's supported by studies from Maslach, which I said wrong, Figley, and even the AMA, and it's called, get this, identity compression. Kind of piques my curiosity. Ooh. Here is what happens. When you work in high stakes healing professions for decades, as we have, your nervous system adapts to the environment. Dr. Stephen Porges, the father, we all know him, the father of polyvagal theory, tells us that our nervous system's number one job, y'all can fill in this blank, it's safety. For you, safety has become synonymous with competence. And when you are helping, when you are fixing, when you are diagnosing, or when you are managing a crisis, your nervous system knows exactly what to do. You're good at it. It feels competent, therefore it feels safe. But when you take that uniform off, step out of that role, or when you step away from the crisis, y'all, and you're just sitting in your living room with a cup of tea, your nervous system loses its anchor. It doesn't know the rules of relaxation, right? It interrupts that stillness well, it does interrupt that stillness because it interprets that stillness as being unsafe or unproductive. So what do? You look for work. You start cleaning. You start worrying about your adult children. You take on the emotional labor of the holidays. You become the human doing instead of the human being because doing feels a lot safer to you than being. And this leads to what I call the holiday identity trap. You are so exceptional at helping that your own needs have become invisible, even to you. You feel trapped, you feel exhausted, and if you're being really honest, you probably feel a little bit of resentment bubbling up under the surface and asking, when is it my turn? Which is a fair question. So let's shift that and let's look at this thing through the lens of energy because we are whole beings, science and soul, right? When we suffer from this identity compression, two specific chakras take a massive hit. First, your solar plexus chakra. And y'all, this is located right in your upper belly. This is the center of your personal power. This is your identity, your I am. And when your identity is wrapped up entirely in others, your patients, your kids, your spouse, this center becomes depleted. Essentially, y'all, you're leaking power all day long. And the second chakra that is involved is the sacral chakra that's underneath your solar plexus, your lower belly. This is the seat of your creativity, your sexuality, your pleasure, your playfulness, your joy. And when we are in survival mode, or that helper mode, this chakra shuts down. Why? Because play isn't efficient. Joy isn't productive. So I want to do an activity with you right now. And if you're driving, just keep your eyes on the road. If you're cleaning, keep on cleaning. Walking, this will work. But if you can, in what you're doing, I invite you to find just a moment of stillness. I want you to take your right hand and place it on your upper belly, your solar plexus, and I want you to take your left hand and place it on your lower belly, that sacral center. Drop your shoulders away from your ears, unclench those jaws, and I want you to take a really good deep breath through your nose and expand that belly. Against what society is always having us suck it in, I want you to expand it. And feel your belly expanding into your hands. And then you exhale through your mouth. And now I want you to ask your body a question. Don't answer it in your brain. We're that floating head of competence. Stop it. I want you to get into your body. I want you to answer this with your gut. And I want you to ask yourself, who am I beyond who I help? Listen to the silence and ask yourself one more question. What part of me has been waiting for permission to just be this holiday season? Maybe you hear a whisper of the artist, the reader, the sleeper, maybe the walker. That whisper, that is your spark. That is the part of you that burnout tried to extinguish, but it is still here. This activity, placing your hands on these centers and asking these questions, interrupts the pattern of the nervous system. It tells your body, I see you. You are more than a machine. You are a beautiful, brilliant, competent woman. So, how do we take that spark and turn it into a full flippin' fire? How do we stop being the magic maker for everyone else and start making some magic for ourselves? I love using the story brand framework for this. In every great story, there's a hero, a villain, and a guide. And in your life right now, the villain isn't your job. It isn't your family. The villain is that internal belief that purpose equals performance, the belief that you are only worthy if you are sweating. That's the villain. The hero is you, the woman over 50, high achiever, the healer, the one ready for her next chapter, connecting to that sacred purpose beyond performance. So here is your simple 3-step reclamation reconnection plan to defeat the villain this week. Step 1, name the constraint. Y'all, you cannot heal what you do not acknowledge. You've got to name it to change it. I want you to say it out loud today. I feel guilty when I sit down. I don't know what I like to do anymore. Naming it takes the shame away. It frees your system. In step 2, you choose a micro purpose. Now, this is crucial. Do not try to find your life's purpose today. We'll be working on that. Welcome 2026. But today, that's too heavy. I want you to find a micro purpose. This one is small. It's non-productive. It's a thing that exists solely for your joy. Maybe it's buying a sketchbook and drawing for 10 minutes. Or get you some finger paints and just make a mess. I love that. Maybe it's walking outside without your phone. Maybe it's reading a trashy romance novel. Hell yeah. It has to be something that serves no one but you. This sends a radical signal of safety to your brain that says, I exist outside of my utility. And then step 3, you own your new narrative. I want you to write this sentence on a sticky note, put it on your bathroom mirror. Here it is. I am becoming a woman whose life is bigger than her work. You say that every morning. You say that every evening. You are rewiring your brain. 67 days to rewire. You are telling your solar plexus that you are taking your power back. Y'all, you don't have to wait for retirement to find yourself. Oh, my sweet friend, you don't have to wait for the holidays to be over to feel peace. You don't have to wait for them to be over. The peace is here now. You can start right now by detaching from, you've got to detach your worth from your work. It's purpose beyond performance. So to summarize what we learned today, first, we learned that feeling lost outside of work is biological. It's identity compression. There's research that backs it up. It's not a character flaw. You're not broken. You're still you. Second, we learned that we can physically reset our solar plexus and our sacral chakras by placing our hands on our bodies and asking, who am I beyond who I help? And third, we learned the story brand plan. Name the constraint, choose a micro purpose, and own the narrative that your life is bigger than your job. Now, here is my request for you. I know you know another woman, colleague, a sister, a nurse friend who is drowning in holiday stress right now. She needs to hear this. Please share this episode with her. Tell her I see you and this will help. I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you on Tuesday.